Hi guys, welcome to the realm of astrology. This is your daily horoscope for May 21st, which is a Friday. Today, Neptune is going to square Mercury while the moon opposes it. We are going to talk about it, but before that, please hit the subscribe button. So the first thing that's happening today happens at about 7 to 8 a.m. Pacific time. You guys can see this on the chart. And Mercury right here is squaring Neptune, 90-degree angle. Now, this is not an easy energy. Why is that? Neptune is a planet that rules spirituality, yes, but it is also deception, delusion, lies. It's extremely, extremely sensitive, and it's a planet that's of the other realm, of the higher realm. And Mercury is what? It's our day to day reality, it's our mind, it's the logical stuff. So these planets don't get along. Neptune is the other world, and Mercury is our reality. So when they square a 90-degree angle, it feels difficult, it feels challenging. We may feel overly sensitive, we may not be able to see things clearly, we may face some sort of deception or some sort of delusion. We may indulge in addictive activities. So, this is not an easy moment here on Friday morning. And however, Mercury is moving quite fast, so it will move off the square pretty quick. And squares also typically represent change and adjustment. So, it could be that you need to make a certain adjustment to your mind, to your day-to-day routine, to your health, to your diet, that is compatible with the higher good, that is compatible with the good of all, because Neptune is universal good and universal good. It's universal love and compassion as well. So that could be happening. At the same time, the moon is here at 24 degrees. It is squaring Mercury, not exact, but it is making that square, and it is opposing Neptune. The moon is our emotional body, and when it opposes Neptune like this, again, we may feel overly sensitive. We may overreact to something that does not warrant a reaction in us on other days. We may feel depressed. We may feel depressed. We may feel like our spirituality, our faith, our belief is not compatible with our day-to-day reality. Or we may need to integrate those two elements. We may need to integrate spirituality with our reality. So that is also happening. And at the same time, Mercury is squaring the moon. The mind and emotions are not seeing eye to eye. Intellectually, we think something, intellectually, we want something, but our emotions are not compatible with what our mind is thinking, and we may need to make an adjustment. Emotionally, we may need to make an adjustment mentally for these two elements, aspects of ourselves to be compatible. And that happens at 8 a.m. To sum this energy up, it can be a very intense energy, it can be a very sensitive energy, it can be a very reactive energy, and it can be a very depressing energy. So at 8 a.m. Pacific time on Friday morning, know that it's the energy. Things may feel off, you may get oversensitive, but don't react, just let it pass. Okay, the next thing that I want to talk about today is that Sun has entered the sign of Gemini. This is an energy shift. It's at 0 degrees. It's going to move on to 1 degree today. And this is an energy shift. And what is the energy shift? It's the shift from slow, stable, eating good food, enjoying nature, to what? To a lot of mental stimulation. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. It feels like a lot. Gemini energy will feel like a lot. A lot is happening, a lot is going on, and everything is in the sign of Gemini. So this is extremely magnified energy. We are also building to Saturn retrograde, which happens on May 23rd, so 3 days to go. We will talk about that. We are also building into eclipses on May 26th. It begins. Then there's another one on June 10th. And eclipses are game changers. Eclipse energy stays with us for a long, long, long time, and eclipses speed things up. Eclipses bring about karmic change. So that all of that happens next week, and we will talk about all those things. Okay, now the next thing that happens today is that the moon moves on and it makes a positive aspect with Pluto. The moon's here at 26 degrees. It is going to trine Pluto, 120-degree angle. Pluto is transformation, it's catharsis, it's healing, it's rebirth, it's death also. And the moon is our emotional body, and they are both in earth signs. Virgo is our day-to-day reality. Capricorn is our material reality, the fabric of this reality, the structure of it. And when they trine in earth signs, you can manifest material things in your life. And emotionally, we may feel very good connected to the material things in our life. Also, this could be an emotional transformation, emotional rebirth, emotional death of an old way of being that will be extremely positive for our material reality, for our day-to-day routine, for our health, for our diet, for our job, for if you're into service, for that, and for the basic fabric of this reality. And that happens at about noon Pacific time. All right. And the next thing happens in the evening. The moon is going to change signs and enter the sign of Libra. There we go. Moon has entered the sign of Libra. This is an energy shift. The moon has been in Virgo for the past 2.5 days. And what have we done in the past 2.5 days? We've gotten organized. We've planned. We've analyzed. We've set our diet health routine in order for the long run, because Venus and the North Node conjuncted this week, and after that the moon came into Virgo. What that meant was our love, relationships, business partnerships, finances, self-worth, values, projects fell in sync with our goals, which were for the long run. And in the past 2.5 days, we've planned, we've organized, we've set our routine, our diet, our health to move towards those goals. And now the moon has come into Libra, and the moon likes Libra. We are going to be focused on what? Relationships. We're going to be focused on our business partnerships, on legal issues if you have them. We're going to be focused on beauty, art, but mainly relationships. That's the focus for the next 2.5 days till the moon is in Libra. And the moon in Libra is going to make a lot of positive aspects. It is going to trine all this energy right here, 120-degree angle, and it is going to trine Saturn. Okay, this is going to be extremely positive. We are going to see a grand trine in air. We'll talk about it because it does not happen today, it happens tomorrow, but we are building into that energy. And this is a very positive thing, extremely positive thing. Okay, now why is this a positive thing? Till December of 2020, Saturn was in the sign of Capricorn. Okay, right, Capricorn's here. You can see it on the chart. It was in Capricorn. And then in December of 2020, it moved into Aquarius for good. Okay, why is that relevant? It is relevant because when Saturn was in Capricorn, it would square the moon every month when it came into the sign of Libra. So every month when we tried to focus on relationships, it did not feel easy. We had to work. We had to work on our relationships. Okay, if there was something missing in your relationship, you had to work. If there's a communication issue, you had to work, because Saturn makes you work, and a square is change, its action, its decisions. So every month we had to deal with taking action, fixing the relationship, and now that energy is over. Now it's in a trine every time the moon comes into the sign of Libra. What this means is the work we did over the past 3 years for relationships is yielding positive outcomes. We've done the work, now it's the time to receive. Now it's the time to see, yeah, oh good, I put in the work, now I'm seeing the rewards come. Okay, and these could be business partnerships too, these could be legal issues too. So that's happening, and when it trines all this Gemini energy, which it will today into tomorrow, our goals, all Venus related things, all Mercury related things, which is pretty much everything in our life, day-to-day routine, health, diet, relationships, love, business, partnerships, skills, self-worth, values, our goals, our soul, everything will see a positive. We'll feel positive about these things. We'll feel positive about these things. And Saturn is trining this as well. Saturn is here. It's trining both these energies. It's for the long run. It's not a fleeting moment. It's not a fleeting thing that you're feeling good about. It's not a fleeting thing that you're building. It's for the long run. Okay? So that's going to happen. And let's move the chart a little bit, because the next thing happens is a trine, the first trine to all the Gemini energy. Sun and Moon are in trine. I think it was May 19th or May 18th. I don't remember exactly. I think it was May 19th when we had the last quarter square of the Moon, and they squared at 28. The Moon was here at 28, here at 28 degrees of Leo, and it made a square 90-degree angle with the Sun. And I had said that that would mean we face some obstacles, we'll have some challenges that we will need to overcome in relation with the new beginning that we had on 11th of May, connected to our skills, our self-worth, our values, and our finances. Some obstacle we need to resolve. And now the Sun and the Moon are trining. Whatever obstacle you resolved, whatever adjustment you made on May 19th, I believe, with the square, with the last quarter square of the Moon, now is the time you'll see something positive come out of it. You'll say, hey, that energy, I needed to make that change. It felt difficult, it felt stressful, it was required, and now I'm seeing positive results because of it. So that happens at about 9 p.m. Pacific time. All right. The next thing is that Venus and Mars are building their semi-sextile 30-degree angle, which is positive. It's not going to happen today, it's going to happen soon. We'll talk about it, but we are in the build-up. What is this energy exactly? What is Venus? Venus is the feminine. Venus is our love, relationships, emotions, not emotions, love, relationships, business partnerships, self-worth, values, skills, finances. And what is Mars? Mars is the masculine. It's our drive, it's our courage, it's our willpower. And semi-sextile is a positive 30-degree angle. All these things will feel in sync. We'll talk more about it when it happens, but I thought I'd mention it. So that's the energy for today. I want to keep it really short. And now I'm going to give you a brief background on what has been happening in the astrology for the past year or so that you can put this day into context. Now, the first thing is the Uranus North Node semi-sextile. Our goals this year are unconventional. We are going to see this energy for some more time, and our goals are shocking even ourselves. The second thing is the Uranus Chiron semi-sextile. We will heal in unconventional ways this year, through unconventional skills, through unconventional ways of making money. All right. The next thing is the Chiron North Node sextile, 60-degree angle. As we move towards our goals, which are for the long run, we will heal our identity. All right. The next is the Chiron Saturn sextile, 60-degree angle. Around Feb, we started to take a decision that would heal our identity, and by the end of the year, that decision or that something would be tangible, visible, palpable. The next thing is what I call the theme of the year. It's the Saturn Uranus square, 90-degree angle. This happens once in many, many, many years. The last time it happened was in the year 2000. So we're seeing this energy after 21 years. And what is this energy? This is about getting rid of the old, getting rid of the traditional, getting rid of old ways of living, being, thinking, and embracing the new. It's about embracing the new you, who you are on the inside, who you are authentically. And this process will not feel easy because these planets are in a square. However, by the end of the year, your authentic self will be visible for the world to see. So figure out what you want this year and who you are. That's the energy. The next thing is the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. They meet once in 20 years, and they met up in December of 2020 and began a cycle that will stay with us till 2040. We will take the next 2 years to lay the foundation for the next 20 years, all right? And the second last thing is the Pluto-Saturn conjunction. These planets meet once in 33 to 38 years, and they met in Jan of 2020, and they met and changed our material reality completely. And this cycle will stay with us till 2053, till they meet again in the sign of Pisces. And in Jan of 2020, they ended a cycle that began in the year 1982, which was very, very connected to relationships. The last thing are the nodes. The North Node is here, the South Node is here. They were in Gemini and Sag between 2001 and 2003 as well. So whatever themes, events, people, situations came into your life back then, you will be resolving those, revisiting those, rebuilding those, or closing those out. Okay, so do hit the subscribe button, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.